Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome to Morning Sip with Red Melissa. I am Red Melissa, and this is Sip. SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes perfect. Yes, it does. So today is the 4th of July, Independence Day. So I know many folks have today off and have a long weekend. So enjoy it and do whatever it is that you like to do to celebrate today. So, on today, we are wrapping up our What's in Your Cup series. What's in Your Cup series. So, I would like to wrap it up by sharing this commercial with you because this is part of what inspired the series, What's in Your Cup. In addition to the story that I shared about if you have a coffee cup and someone knocks you and there's coffee in the cup, what spills out is whatever's in the cup. And so we're using that analogy in our own lives. What is in your cup that is spilling out when life gives you a little push, when we're facing challenges? And this was key for me for especially the month of June, and especially as I process all of my feelings from the girls' graduation celebration on Saturday. And so I don't know if you remember this, Sekou, but back in the 90s, I believe, there was a commercial, and that commercial was for Folgers coffee. And their line was, the best part of waking up was Folgers in your cup. So I just want to play the commercial. If you're joining me on Instagram, Pamela, you won't be able to see or hear the commercial. So you may want to join me on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, switch over to YouTube so you can see the commercial and see all of the things. So say who remembers that commercial. So let me see if I could play it. All right, let's see.
Hero held them tight. I'll start Folgers to brew. Mountain grown aroma coming through.
Folgers aroma roasted coffee made from mountain grown beans, richly roasted and finely ground for great waking up aroma.
Oh, what that aroma can do, brighter day for me and you. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Y'all remember that? The best part of waking up was Folgers in your cup, Shay. Yes, yes. So I've never been a coffee drinker, but I did love that little tune, right? That little commercial jingle. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken. Let me not say that. I was going to say who wrote that jingle. I was going to say it was Luther Vandross, but I'm not 100% sure because Luther Vandross wrote a lot of commercial jingles throughout his career before he was known, and even during, he wrote a lot of commercial jingles and sang some as well. So the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. So you'll know the question I'm going to ask you now, right? What is the question Red Melissa is going to ask you now? What is the best part of waking up in your life? What is the best part of waking up? And let me put the waking up in more context. Waking up to the glory that you are, waking up to the gifts that you are, waking up to who you are. What is the best part of waking up? What is the best part of waking up? And I've been sitting with that question all week long. Like, what is the best part of waking up? And so at first it was just, just waking up in the morning, being grateful that I'm alive, having my family and my friends, having, all of our basic needs taken care of. That's the best part of waking up, right? And then I said, okay, let's take it a little deeper. What is the best part of waking up to this spiritual journey that that I'm on, this spiritual journey that I am? What is the best part of waking up to the truth of who you are? Just waking up to the truth of who you are. I see you, Feet King. The best part, knowing God. Yes, yes. I know God in a way that I didn't know before. Yes, I feel all of that, Fee. Shay, just waking up at all. Almost died so many times. I'm grateful to have yet another chance. I am grateful. Yes, yes, Shay. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. And that was my prayer request this morning. On Fridays, I have a prayer partner and we pray every Friday morning together. And we usually go through, our stories about what's going on and to provide a little context for our prayer requests. And this morning I was like, yes, there's a lot going on in the world, in my world, and all the things. And my prayer request is just for gratitude. I am so grateful for my life. I am so grateful that my girls understand the power of their word, of their thinking, that they understand that they manifest and co create their lives now at the age that they are in, and that they experience the evidence of that. I am so grateful for that. I am so grateful for my ministry of joy. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. So I told my prayer partner today, my prayer request is a prayer request of pure, excited gratitude. I am grateful. The best part of waking up is to be grateful. The best part of waking up is to know that God is my source. The best part of waking up is that I get to experience this life. This life. It is the best part of waking up. The best part of waking up for me. So, what is the best part of waking up for you, Sekou? Getting past an 83% chance of death. Yes, yes, yes. Being that 17% that survived a major, major stroke, that 83% of the people who suffered the kind of stroke that Sekou had died within 30 days, die within a month, don't even make it out of the hospital. So yes, that is the best part of waking up. The best part is being aware that I am still here and here for a reason, here for a purpose. Yes, yes, yes. The best part of waking up is love in your cup. The best part of waking up is gratitude in your cup. The best part of waking up is joy in your cup. The best part of waking up is your quality in your cup. And then when life knocks into you, right? When stuff happens, what spills out? The best part of waking up spills out. The joy, the gratitude, life spills out. Another chance to be grateful for living this life, this one right here. That's the best part of waking up. So, what's in your cup? What's in your cup? And I really would love to be that little angel on your shoulder, right? When something happens and you are in your pissed off place, that you hear me whisper, what's in my cup? What's in my cup? What's in my cup that I could take in, that can nourish me, that can remind me what the best part of my life is right here and right now, even as I go through this challenge. Let me tell y'all what had happened yesterday. I went to the bank. I got a check, and this is a check that I get every single month. And I go to the bank and I deposit it in the ATM. And yesterday, the funds are accessible right then and there. Yesterday, I go to the bank, I go to the ATM, I deposit the check, and up on the screen of the ATM, there's a message that I've never seen before that says, "This check is on hold for 7 days. Funds will be available on July 15th." So I'm looking at the I'm looking at the screen like, "What?" So I go into the bank, right? So I was just at the ATM. I walk right into the bank and I go up to the teller and I say, "Tell her what happened. I deposit a check. I get this check every single month. I never had an issue with it clearing, with it being held, nothing. The funds are available." So she said, "Yeah, that happens sometimes." This is what the teller is this is what the teller is telling me, what I just told her. She says, "Yeah, that happens sometimes." And that's all she said, right? So I said, "Well, I don't understand why it's happening, and I need my funds to be released." So she says to me, she says to me, "You need to speak to someone at the bank." So I say to her, "Where am I right now?" Where Like, I literally turned around and I said to her, "Where am I right now?" And she said, "What?" I said, "Where am I right now?" So she says, "You're in the bank." And I said, "And who should I speak to?" And so she goes, "Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. You have to call. You should call somebody at the bank." Right? So she has a little name tag thing on. So I call her. So I call her name, right? So let's say her name is Susan. I said, "Susan, can you can you help me with this?" And clearly she could not. She said, "No, no, it happens sometimes. You just have to call the bank, right?" I said, "Okay." So I leave. I come home. I do some other things, and then I call because I wanted to I wanted to get to a neutral place because I wasn't at a neutral place. So I never make those types of calls when I'm not in a neutral place. So I said, let me just give myself some time. What what's in my cup? Let's see what's in my cup. Okay. One of my qualities is order. So I am knowing that all is in divine right order with my money, right? So I call the 800 number. I get someone at Chase, and this person tells me, "Ignore it." He tells me to ignore it. So I say to him, "Are you in my account right now?" He said, "Yes." I said, have the funds been released? He said, no, not yet. And I said, and so why are you advising me to ignore it if my funds have not been released yet? So he goes, it always says that it's going to be held for 7 days, but it's released within a couple of hours. So just give it a couple of hours and it'll be released. So I say to him, this does not happen all the time. I have been depositing this check from this place for 3 years now, and this has never happened. As a matter of fact, it's never happened with any check that I have deposited where there's a message that comes up on the screen. Has this happened to anybody? A message comes up on the ATM display that says, your check is being held for 7 days. Funds will be available on whatever the date is. In this instance, July 15th, right? So I tell this to him, I said, this has never happened. So please do not tell me that this happens all the time and to ignore it because it has never happened to me, right? So he says, hold on. So he puts me on hold. I really don't think he was doing anything. I just think he put me on hold. So then he comes back and he said, like I said, it's nothing to be concerned about. The money will be released in a couple of hours. So I was like, why did this happen? What has changed in the banking system that this is now occurring when this has never occurred before? Because I would like to understand. So he again tells me that this happens all the time. Like this is just the way it is. And I'm like, no, it's not. So once I see I'm not going to get anywhere with it, this person, I always ask to speak to somebody else. So I said, could you please put a supervisor on, or I need to talk to somebody else? And he goes, they just going to tell you the same thing. I said, you know what? You have a nice day. And I hung up the phone with the intention of calling back. But before I could call back, my phone rings and I was on the phone with someone else, a friend, and talking about something else. And then when I got off the phone with them, I forgot about it. I forgot about it. And then when I thought about it again, it was really late. And I said, you know what? I'll deal with it in the morning. So this morning, because I said to the guy, I'm going through this whole story, y'all. But the point is, what's in your cup? What's in my cup, right? When life holds your stuff for 7 days or says that it will, what's in your cup that's going to spill out? So he also says to me, I said to him, so what is it? You said it's going to be released in a couple of hours. And if it is not released in a couple of hours, what am I to do then? And he said, oh, no, it'll be released in a couple of hours. But if it isn't, just call back tomorrow. Right. So now he's telling me a couple of hours, and now he's telling me tomorrow. So I say to him, well, tomorrow's a holiday, so the banks will be closed. And he said, yeah, the physical banks are closed, but you could still reach somebody at customer service. I said, okay, fine. So this morning when I woke up, what's the best part of waking up, right? The best part of waking up for me this morning was having on my mind that this shall be resolved today. So I go on my phone, look at my account, and it still says the same thing, that it's being held until July 15th. And now I actually see it on my statement of transactions. I see that I made a deposit. It shows up as a deposit. And then it has a little asterisk that says it's being held and will be available on July 15th. Never seen that before. So guess what I'm going to do after SIP? I will be calling Chase Bank. It is Chase Bank. I'll be calling Chase Bank to have this resolved. And my prayer request, I shared this with my prayer partner this morning, and still My prayer was for gratitude. My prayer is for gratitude. For everything, I am grateful, right? Because what's in my cup is gratitude. What's in my cup is prosperity. What's in my cup is peace. Is peace. What's in my cup is knowing that I have exactly what I need when I need it. Ooh. And that spills out. That spills out. So the best part of waking up is being able to align myself with the truth of who I am, with the truth of knowing that God is my source, with the truth of knowing that nothing is ever withheld from me that is mine. That is the best part of waking up for me today. So each day we get to ask ourselves and answer that question because, as they say, life be lifing, right? And what I always say to that is life may be lifing, but God is always guiding. So I am declaring right here and right now that it is resolved, it is done. And I'll report back next week and let you know what happened. So, what is the best part of waking up? Think about that and know that no matter what is happening, that you have the ability to align with the truth of who you are and to allow that to spill over in every facet of your life. Yes, 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 yes. So tomorrow, wake up and say, ooh, what's the best part of waking up today? Will y'all do that? Just for tomorrow. All right, y'all. So let me check in and then we will get into some joy news. Let's see. My mother said, waking up knowing that God has blessed me to see 85 years and having a loving family. Amen, mommy. Eunice Gibson is my mommy. The best part of waking up is waking up to Sekou and Nelson the cat. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Fee. Yeah, I was at the bank and she telling me I need to talk to somebody at the bank. Susan was having a day. I guess so. But she just is as pleasant and a big old smile on her face. I was like, okay, Susan, I see you. Mm-hmm. Yes, 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 yes. And Sekou is in agreement, Fee. The best part of waking up is with you, Fee, and Nelson the cat. So let's get into some joy news. And the only joy news I have to share today is to let you know that on Sunday, Rockland CSL, where I am the spiritual leader, will be closed. We will not have Sunday service this Sunday, just in observance of the holiday weekend, give folks time and space to, travel and do the things that they like to do. And so we will return next Sunday. On Sunday, I will have a replay of a previous sermon that I've given so that you can have some spiritual nourishment on Sunday as well. So have a wonderful holiday weekend. I'm going to a barbecue tomorrow. And this is funny, y'all. So I'm going to a barbecue tomorrow. The barbecue is being given by my ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend because we're friends. So I'm friends with my ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. It's so funny. We're both Libras. We have so much in common. It's just hilarious. So we have reconnected because we lost touch and we have reconnected. So Marco and I will be with her enjoying, I know what's going to be a wonderful time tomorrow. And the weather reports for this part of the world, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, is good. It's going to be a nice weekend. No rain, sunny, good weather. So hopefully you're having good weather where you are as well. So I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful today. Remember, what's in your cup. You get to decide what you pour into your cup. You get to decide what is the best part of waking up. And if you're having a moment, guess what? Just just go lay down and then wake up again and start over. Just start over. Yes? Yes. So peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and justice. We are living life in joy, connected to our yes.